92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
It's never a good thing when you pursue somebody, get their phone number, they finally agree to go out on a date with you, then you go out and they blow you off. But it's even worse when somebody pursues you, asks you out on a date, and you go out with them, and then they blow you off.
Oh, that's
because you know that it's more than just your looks or whatever. They didn't like something about you personally. Because they wanted to go out with you bad enough where they pursued you and asked you out, and then they were like, oh, yeah.
Never mind.
My mistake. That's what happened to Alicia. Alicia, how are you?
I'm good, guys. How are you?
Good.
We set that
Start
up so
that-
nicely.
Started off on a positive note for you.
Wow.
Thanks, guys.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. So you met the guy that you want to call today at your yoga class?
I've been going to this yoga studio for like 2 years, and I've noticed him maybe like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
And obviously I noticed him. It's yoga, so you don't really want to,
Do you get hit on a lot at yoga class?
no.
Okay.
There's usually not more than like one
Yeah.
or two dudes
Like,
in my yoga class.
I'll go to yoga occasionally, and if I've ever been and like even thought about hitting on a girl at yoga, you just feel like a creep. So
Exactly.
How did he come on to you?
Well, I noticed him a couple times, and then after like a month, we were in the kind of like the lobby area, putting our sneakers on, and he just started a conversation with me saying, how long have you been coming to this yoga studio? Like, you're really flexible.
He
Did he
not
say that?
that. Stop it.
wow, you're bendy.
He used that line?
Okay, we were talking about the poses first, and then he said, you're really flexible.
Okay, so he didn't just come up to you and say, hey, I noticed you from across the room, and wow.
You look like you could put your legs behind your head.
So it was more innocent than you made it sound at first.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us about your date then.
He picked me up. I mean, he opened the door for me. Like, how many guys open the cars and the restaurant door and make sure you go in first? And we had a really nice dinner. We had good conversation. He offered to share his food with me, which I thought was really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
And then at the end of the night, he walked me back to my place. And, I mean, I was putting all the signs out there, and he was kind of standing where there was enough distance that I knew that he wasn't going in for a kiss, and nothing happened.
And you were making it pretty obvious that you would be okay with a kiss.
Yes, I was putting on all the flirty smiling, rubbing his arm, touching everything.
Did it look like he was thinking about making a move to kiss you?
He was thinking about something. I don't know what he was thinking about.
Okay.
Maybe he was just nervous, or maybe he just doesn't kiss on the first date. There's guys and girls that do that.
Okay, but
She's like, I've never met one.
and then we kind of gave each other a hug and was like, he's like, I'd love to see you again. And I was like, of course, So that's how it ended.
All right. And how many times have you tried to get a hold of him since that night?
I mean, once I sent him like a thank you, like, hey, I had such a great night. I would love to hang out again. And he's like, yes. He even replied back saying, yes, sometime next week. And then nothing.
Okay.
How long ago was that?
Probably about 2 weeks ago.
That is weird. Maybe he lost his phone. I mean, this sounds like there could be, for once, a reasonable explanation.
Was there anything noteworthy about the date that you're not telling us? Because a lot of times people will forget important details.
I mean, I don't know. I thought I was being flirty. I touched his hand a couple times.
Okay, but I mean more along the lines of, did you ask him to borrow money? Did you tell him?
No.
Okay, and you don't have a sordid criminal history or anything else?
No.
All right. It sounds like a crazy question, but it comes up often where we call the person and they're like, oh, yeah, they said that they murdered like 6 people and I couldn't see them again. So there's nothing glaring like that you can think about. The date was perfectly normal.
Yeah, it was a great first date all the way up until the end when we didn't have a kiss.
Why didn't you make the first move then?
Guys, I'm a girl. I'm not going to make the first move.
Oh, come on.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, just hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Alicia, I want to promise you this, okay? Out of all the second date updates we've ever done, I've never made this promise. But I promise you that I have your back no matter what happens.
I don't believe it.
Okay.
Yep. I want to get you a second date. I don't care what happens.
Why?
Wow, dude.
Why?
I have your back.
There's an ulterior motive here.
No, not at
That's what I
all.
want to hear.
Whatever we find out about you, like if it's something you did that's weird or whatever, my goal, my mission here is to get you a second date. Okay, Alicia?
Woohoo!
What if it?
All right.
What if it turns out like the guy's married?
And get rid of his wife. Alicia's way better.
She's like, kidnap some people.
Drop the zero, get with the hero. That's my girl, Alicia. If you're just tuning in for the second date update, we're about to call Jason. Alicia went out on a date with him after meeting him at yoga. Nothing really crazy happened on the date, other than an awkward moment at the end where she thought he might want to go in for a kiss and then realized that he, in fact, didn't want to kiss her. That's the only thing that she could think of that was awkward on the date. So we're going to call him, get him on the line, and see if, in fact, there was something that went wrong on your date. Okay? You ready?
Okay.
All right. Any closing thoughts before we make the phone call?
Let's get me a second date.
Yeah. All right.
That's positive.
Hello,
Hi, is Jason in?
this is he.
Jason, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi. What's going on?
Not much. How about you?
Not too much. I'm calling you because you recently went out on a date with a listener of ours.
Okay.
Her name is Alicia. You met her at yoga class.
Oh, my God. Yeah, Alicia.
Yeah. Well, Alicia told us a little bit about your date, said that she really liked you and would love to see you again, but you haven't been returning her phone calls. So Alicia is wondering if there's a reason that you don't want to go out with her.
Yeah, oh, this is weird. I've just been debating about whether to call her or not.
Why are you debating? What's the problem?
Well,
Is that you're not sure if you want to go out with her again?
yeah. I mean, I like her. We had a great time. It's not that we didn't have a great time. I mean, just when I saw her at yoga class, she was great. She was fantastic. And then we got out on this date. It was, I don't know, it was like she was a different person.
She was acting differently?
No. I mean, she just looked like a totally different person.
How?
You had your
So you were catfished on a person that you actually met at a yoga class in person. How does that work?
he had his yoga goggles on, Jubal.
Yeah, I guess.
Obviously makes people hotter.
I mean, it's just in class she looked so amazing, so amazing. Like, and it wasn't just because of the yoga clothes or whatever. She's a really pretty girl, but she showed up for this date and she just did not look the same.
How can you look less attractive outside of yoga class? I mean, like you're sweaty, you don't have makeup on.
Yoga pants are magical,
It
bro.
is the pants.
What was wrong with her when you saw her?
She had so much makeup on. She just looked completely different.
Oh.
Okay. So you actually like the natural her and not the all done up Alicia.
Yeah. I mean, I say so much makeup. I'm not talking like a lot of makeup. I'm talking like drag queen.
Really? So she showed up and you're like, is your real name Jack? Like, who are you? Was it that bad, really?
I mean, I'm not trying to be critical. It's just like I literally sat there thinking, oh, my God, this is a man. Like, I know better. I know she's not.
You know what?
I
You,
yoga
because
class.
I'm not
like,
drag queen. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
What? Hello?
Hey, Jason, that's actually Alicia. She's on the phone.
I'm sorry that I don't
my
look,
God.
beautiful to your standards when I'm dolling myself up for you for a date. Are you serious? I look like a drag queen?
I didn't know you were there. Jeez.
Sorry about that, Jason. I guess we should have maybe told you that beforehand. But yeah, she's.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't think I look like a drag queen. I think that I looked really beautiful that night, and you don't know what real beauty is.
I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying, maybe you don't need 15 pounds of makeup to go out on a date. I think you're beautiful without all that stuff. I mean, I had such a great time. It was so much fun.
Yeah, but then you're calling me a drag queen when I'm outside of yoga class. What is that? It's insulting. He expects like a supermodel to just like walk out naturally like Giselle Bundchen with no makeup on. Are you crazy?
Yeah, but I think Jason's saying.
All look like that.
But Jason's saying that he liked you without makeup, so I don't even think he's saying that. Jason, are you just like?
Okay, I'm going on a date. You guys want me to wear yoga pants and like have sweaty hair and like that's okay.
I'm not saying that at all, Alicia. Remember, I have your back, Jason.
Oh yeah, no matter what.
Jason, are you one of those guys that's just against makeup?
I'm not against makeup. It's a little scary going out with somebody who looks totally different. I didn't expect that. That's all.
But is it something? I mean, you liked her, obviously. Like, why would that stop you from a second date? I've gone on second dates with guys who wear, stupid shirts. Like, you can tell her at some point, like, I think you're beautiful without the makeup.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to say is I think she's gorgeous without the makeup. I don't think she needs all that. I mean, I don't know who I'm going to end up going out on a date with to go on a second date.
So it was so bad.
What? You could go take your second date and shove it because I put so much effort into looking good for you that night, and then you could go and insult me and call me a drag queen. You.
Alicia, you are fiery. My gosh. I mean,
So it doesn't sound
I
like.
can't believe you would call me a drag queen and then be like, oh, you're so beautiful in yoga class. I'm the same person, idiot.
I know some hot drag
Wow.
queens. I'm just
Alicia,
saying.
it doesn't sound like you want to go out with Jason again.
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like, maybe we'll try it again and let's try a little less this time.
Let's try nothing this time. You can go take it and shove it.
Things are
We
good.
originally started this with Alicia wanting a second date, and now you're not interested in Jason. You're willing to give it another shot?
Yeah, I mean,
This is so weird because I thought I was going to have to convince Jason. But Alicia, is there any way I can convince you to go out with Jason again?
No. And I don't even want to see him at yoga class anymore.
My gosh, you're a dramatic woman.
I've never heard a girl be so insistent that you should appreciate her for her outer beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should embrace her for everything she is.
I don't understand what you're getting all fired up about. I'm sitting here trying to tell you that you look good without all that makeup on. I mean, most people
Well,
think
listen, I
that's
don't
nice.
his makeup on too, okay? You just don't know how to appreciate beauty or art or makeup skills, okay? You obviously go for the hippie, like, let me grow my armpit hair out. I'm not that, okay? I look good in yoga and I look good outside, and you should appreciate both of that.
Alicia, like I told you before, Alicia, I've got your back in this whole thing. Jason, how dare you appreciate a woman for just her regular beauty and not wearing makeup? You are such a dog, and you give all of us men a bad name. Get off my phone line right now, you piece of
Wow.
Get him,
How
Joel.
dare you?
You weren't lying. at the
Thank you.
She
beginning of
spent a
this.
lot of money on that makeup, and all you can do is judge her and want her to be naturally beautiful. You are an ass, my friend.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Getting a lot of texts in at 78592 about the second date update. This one says, I understand where Jason, the guy in the second date update, was coming from. I hide my wife's makeup every time we go out on a date. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5. If you missed the second date update, Alicia wanted us to call Jason. They met in yoga class. We called Jason and got him on the phone and found out why he wasn't giving her a call back after their first date. He wasn't calling her because she was wearing too much makeup. He said, without the makeup, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
But with the makeup, he doesn't like her very much. And then she continued to go off about what a jerk he was.
I put it all on for you,
Yeah,
you jerk.
most girls
lost
really
it.
like that when you're like, oh my God, without makeup, you look so great.
Yeah.
She's the other way around.
That is our dream, to hear we're naturally beautiful.
Well, some people's dream, obviously, Lydia. I think
Not hers.
she was just ready to be angry from the get-go.
You think?
could have told her anything like, wow, your butt looks amazing in those jeans. How dare
In
you?
her defense, though, I know some girls that, like, I work at MAC, I'm a cosmetology major, and they take pride in their skills
Right.
of makeup.
And there are some girls who are bad at makeup. They really bad. Red lipstick, by the way, should be used sparingly.
Yes.
When girls put on, maybe she was doing that because when girls put on really bright red lipstick, most of the time it doesn't look okay. It's
Yeah.
just shocking. It's just like, whoa.
And it's on
what
your
happened?
teeth half the time.
Yeah.
And,
So
yeah.
maybe that was it. But anyway, it was just funny how she got so angry at him for saying that she was naturally good looking. Lots of texts coming in at 78592 going, I'll go out with him. He sounds like a great guy. I never have to wear makeup. Yeah. I mean, you would think the people would like that, but she did not. One bit. Remember, you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, brookandjubal at moving925.com. We will call the person who didn't call you back. And don't forget, at 8:10, another pair of tickets to see Jay-Z and Beyonce, July 30th, the On the Run tour at Safeco Field.
Moving 92.5.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The guy on the phone for a second date update today is the creepy guy at the gym.
Oh.
I don't know that for a fact.
Oh, okay.
His name is John, and he emailed us because the girl that he wants to call today, he met her at the gym. So I'm just assuming that he's the creepy guy at the gym. Hey, you want some help? You want me to spot you on your squats? Like, get down low. You gotta get down real low. Like, lean into it with your butt. Like, do you want me to clean up after you? I'll follow you around and clean up all the benches that you're on. The sweat. Like, you're sweating a lot, but it looks hot. Was that you, John?
Yes, it's me, but I'm not what you just described, but thank you.
No problem. Your email said that you met the girl you want to call today for a second date update at the gym.
Yeah, we were in the same spin class, and we've been in the same class for actually a few weeks, so.
Oh, so you've been eyeing her for a while.
Yeah, I was kind of positioned. I was always in the back row, right behind her.
And what did I say about creepy?
Yeah, I think Jubal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Climb that hill. He's the Tour de France right now. You're looking good up there in front.
I know, it's not sounding good for me. I realize that, but I'm actually a decent human being, I promise.
Did it take you a while to work up the courage to actually ask her out on a date?
You know, I was really into her right when I met her, but what happened was at some point I fell off the bike in the middle of the class, and I happened to draw a lot of attention.
How did you fall off the bike? How'd you do that?
They're stationary, like they're not that easy to
No,
fall.
these bikes have clips in it, and I've never been good with the clips, and I was trying to get on the bike, and it just was not good, and it was bad, but it was funny, and so it was, and she came up, asked if I was okay, and we started joking around, and there's clearly chemistry, and I just kind of asked her if she wanted to hang out sometime, and she said she was busy the rest of the week, but kind of flippantly, she said, how about now?
How about now? Like hang out right now?
Yeah.
Do you mean you guys had your date in the back of a spin class?
No. No, I live nearby, so we just went for a walk, and, I walked to my place, and I made her dinner, and it was great.
Okay, hold on, though. You guys sat in the same clothes you were taking spin class in all evening and ate dinner in them as well?
No, she had her stuff from the gym, so she just asked to shower up at my place while I was making dinner, so it worked out great.
Oh, my God. She totally went through your whole medicine cabinet to see what you're all about.
That's like a fantasy date, though. You ask someone out at the gym who you think is hot, and then all of a sudden she's at your house showering, like in the matter of hours?
Yeah, it was kind of awesome, I have to say. I mean,
It's kind of like,
Yeah.
he wasn't thinking about making dinner at all. He was just thinking about hot naked girl in the other room.
Right?
I mean, it was nice to know that she was using my shower, yes. I'm not going to say that I didn't enjoy that. But hey, I cooked her a good dinner. I made her a really good, I make a great bolognese. I brought out the best wine I had, and it was good. We kind of made out a little bit. And
Oh, nice.
we didn't sleep together or anything. We just kissed. It was very innocent.
Okay.
The whole thing sounds dreamy, to be honest.
Yeah, what went wrong?
Okay, so this is where I think I made my mistake, although I don't think it was really a mistake. After she left, I went into my bathroom and I found she had these like bright yellow and patterned like yoga pants
Okay.
in my bathroom.
And you put them on.
I did. Actually, I did. Just as a joke, I
Shut
put them
up.
on and I took a selfie.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, exactly. It was pretty funny.
No, listen to me right now. No woman ever wants to know that you fit in their pants. I am just going to lay that out there right now.
I clearly didn't fit, but that was part of the joke. So that's when I sent it to her. That was the whole point of the joke, is that I look ridiculous, and I thought I was just being silly,
And what do you think she thought?
I don't know, because she never responded, and
She didn't respond?
Oh.
Dude, that's a big thing to just leave hanging there in the
That's
text
the
world.
la-
Like
oh.
no response, not even a like happy face or
nothing.
No,
Nothing.
wow. So you put on her pants, texted her a picture, and that's the last time you heard from her.
And I sent her another text saying, listen, hey, that was totally a joke. I was just trying to be funny. Do you actually want your pants back? And nothing.
dude, and I will say, to not respond to that, those yoga pants are freaking expensive,
Yeah,
man.
I heard, yeah.
If she wants me to replace them, I will absolutely to replace them and whatever she wants, but I can't get a hold of her in any way. She won't get back to me.
Man.
How bad did you look in the pictures?
I mean, I look ridiculous. That was the point. I look so bad.
I'm just saying, maybe it was a turnoff. Maybe she saw the picture and she's like, now I can't.
Oh, no.
Like, I can never get that image out of my head.
That's really depressing if that's right. But
So do you want to ask her for another date, or are you just trying to give her pants back?
I would love another date because I thought it was a great fit, and I thought she was
The pants
like
or
the
her?
pants.
Like, are you just trying to wear some more yoga pants?
No, I would like to get those pants back to her and apologize if I offended in any way, but I don't know what went wrong, and I feel bad if I drove her away from her gym. You know what I mean? Like, it's a great gym.
Yeah.
I feel horrendous if I did that.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and find out if you wearing her yoga pants ruined your chance at a second date, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Every time.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just joining us, I bet John, who is on the phone to do a second date update today, wishes he was dating in the 20s. You know, back when you could try on a woman's yoga pants and you'd always get another date. Back in the 20s, they were switching up yoga pants left and right, but now you put on a woman's yoga pants and all of a sudden you're a weirdo creep. Right, John?
I am not a cross-dresser, okay? I am not.
It's okay if you are, John. You're in lovable company here.
I don't even like yoga, to tell you the truth.
Well, you like wearing your date's yoga pants, and that might be a problem for you. If you're just joining us, John met Jillian, the girl he wants to call today, in a spin class. And after the spin class, they actually ended up going straight from there to his house to have dinner. And she showered over there to clean up after the gym and left her yoga pants. And after she left, he put on her yoga pants and texted her a picture, hopefully to get her to laugh at the fact that he was wearing her yoga pants. But instead, he got no response at all and hasn't even seen her at the gym. John, I'm sorry that your body is so disgusting in yoga pants that this woman will not call you back.
I'm actually in excellent condition, by the way.
Okay. I did forget an important question, though, because I'm just trying to imagine. I just meet this guy. He texts me a picture of yoga pants. It can either be really funny or really disturbing, depending on one thing. And that's what you did with your man area in that picture. Ooh. Did you tuck? Did you let it hang out?
I don't need to tuck.
So you can't see it no matter what?
Yeah, maybe that's the problem.
I was just wearing yoga pants. I was just trying to look goofy and silly. I think I contorted my face. It was not a handsome photo.
Okay.
That was the point.
Well, we'll find out if that did you in, and that's the reason you're not getting a second date. We're going to call her right now, okay?
All right.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Jillian, please?
Yeah, this is her.
Hey, Jillian, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
A radio show?
Yeah, like the kind that's on the radio.
That's a really good descriptor.
Thanks.
Yeah, I get what a radio show is, but why are you calling me?
Oh, I'm calling you because we recently got an email about you from one of our listeners.
About me?
Yeah, it's a guy that you went on a date with.
What?
Mm-hmm. His name is John, and he looks pretty damn good in your yoga pants.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no, that's not good.
John emailed us about you because you aren't calling him back.
He emailed you and told you about me?
Yeah.
And told you about the photos?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, he told us that you met at a spin class, went back to his house and had dinner, and then after you left his house, you also left your yoga pants there, and that's when he took it upon himself to put on your yoga pants and text you a pic.
Oh, my God.
I mean, from his description, your guys' date sounded dreamy.
The date was fine. I'm just not really feeling him.
Why is that? Is it because he texted you a picture of himself wearing your yoga pants?
It was definitely the picture, yes.
Dude.
Wow.
I mean, it was risky, right? It could border like funny or super creepy. And apparently it went super creepy for you.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just think it's funny that he's wearing your yoga pants? I mean, he was trying to joke around. You can at least see the humor in that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I see the humor in the pants, but did he send you the photos? Have you seen them?
No, he's only sent them to you, I think, or maybe some friends. I don't know. But I'd like to see them. If you got them, you want to shoot them to me? I'd like to see.
Yeah.
Trust me, you don't want to see them. They're creepy.
They're that bad?
Come on.
Yeah.
What's so
Dude,
wrong with it?
It's the man area, isn't it?
No, it had nothing to do with him wearing my yoga pants.
Then what was so bad about the picture?
Yeah.
He's shirtless in the picture.
Is his
is that-
shirtless body that disgusting to you?
It really grosses you out?
No, he's got tattoos on his chest.
Oh.
Okay, and?
Well, on one side of his chest, he's got a gun.
Whoa.
Oh, really?
Like a very intricate gun.
Okay. That can be a little jarring, maybe.
And then on the other side, he's got the words kill count.
Kill count?
Yeah, with a bunch of tally marks underneath it.
Whoa.
Like he's a murderer?
What the hell?
That is creepy. All right.
No wonder you didn't go to retrieve your yoga pants.
Yeah, no, I know, and I want nothing to do with that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can I interject? Can I step in now?
Sure, I guess.
I'm scared,
Oh,
so
early.
go ahead.
What's that?
John is actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you, and so that was him.
Are you kidding me? John's on the phone right now.
Hey! Sorry. Please don't freak out. Can I explain this to you?
I cannot believe this is happening right now.
I can explain this. It's not at all what you think. I swear to God.
A gun with kill count? Is it what she thinks?
Okay, first of all, it's not. I didn't kill people. I hunt deer. I've hunted deer with my dad since I was a kid. That gun you saw is actually the tattoo of the rifle that I got from my grandfather. It's a Remington deer rifle, and the kill count is the number of deer that I hunt. And I'm a licensed hunter. I drive a pickup. I got barrels of shelled corn in my truck.
You're not helping your case.
I just hunt deer. I don't kill people. I'm not, I'm not a gang guy at all. I just hunt, and and I'm a very responsible hunter. I prepare the venison. I store it. I use the whole deer, and that's all it is.
Oh.
John, how do I know that you're telling the truth? How do I know that this is about deer hunting?
I don't have a criminal record.
That just means you've never been caught. Yeah.
You're a really good murderer.
Do I look like a murderer? Sure. I mean, would a murderer be in a spin class? Really?
A really good question.
No, murderers like to stay healthy too, okay?
This is just getting out of hand. This is super strange to me. I don't like guns. I don't know you. I don't know who you are. Anyone can be at the gym, and I don't know. I have a bad taste in my mouth.
I totally understand that. But just to let you know, I'm a sane human being, and what's strange to me is how the yoga pants did not repulse you.
Yeah, no, I mean, the yoga pants thing was funny, but it's the fact that you have kill count written on your chest with a huge gun. You can't just send photos like that to people. I mean, you got to explain that.
Plus, it's a really mixed message with those yoga pants on.
Yes. Okay. I get it. I didn't really think of the optics on that, and I get your point, but I am not creepy. I will not hurt you. I am a good cook. Yes?
Yeah, you are a good cook. You have that going for you.
And did you like my bolognese?
Yeah, it was good.
Okay, that was with venison. That's with venison that I murdered. And
Are you sure you're a hunter?
Bad joke. My sarcasm is not coming across. It's just part of how I grew up, and there's no threat. I swear.
Even still, can you still be attracted to him if every time you guys hook up, you have to look at a gun and kill count on his chest?
What if I take a Sharpie and just put an S in front of the kill?
Skill count? That sounds much more refined to me.
Hey, Jillian, would you like to go out on a second date with John? We will pay for it. I don't know a lot of serial killers that make a good bolognese. And I know a lot of serial killers. They're usually bad cooks. What? Would you like to go out with him on a second date? We will pay for it.
Okay, as long as we don't talk about guns or anything like that.
No, I promise you, I will not bring it up, and I want you to be able to at least go back to the gym and hang out. I don't want to take that away from you. I feel bad about that.
Okay.
So does that mean you're going to go out on another date, or you're just going to go back to the gym?
Yeah, no, I'll go on another date with him.
Okay, make sure to call someone beforehand just in case.
Yes, thank you.
Jillian, are you glad to know that John's not a murderer?
Absolutely.
I don't want to see what other tattoos he does have, though.
Actually, John, do you have any other tattoos that I should know about?
Why don't we get together and talk about that?
Yeah, he definitely does then.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, would a murderer leave permanent evidence? Come on now.
Yes, they do it all the time.
Yeah, they do.
That's how I get caught.
Talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, this dude named John wanted to call Jillian. They met at the gym and went back to his place, kind of fooled around a little bit, and then she left. And she actually left her yoga pants there, and he sent her a picture wearing her yoga pants, joking around. And he thought that was the reason she wasn't calling back. But we got her on the phone, and we found out the reason that she wasn't calling back was because he did take that picture and send it to her. She thought the yoga pants was kind of funny, but she didn't like the tattoos that he had on his chest.
Yeah.
He had a tattoo on one side of a gun, and then on the other side it said kill count and then notches. And apparently he's an avid hunter, and those are all the deers that he's killed.
Which I do have a bone to pick with him because deer hunting, not that cool. I mean, if you're like notching down some elk you brought down with a bow, then we're talking, okay, buddy?
Somebody else texted in 78592 said, who the hell keeps track of how many deer they've killed in their bodies? I'm an avid hunter and I would never do that.
Yeah,
it is a little strange.
And deer are kind of like forest rats. They're everywhere.
They did agree to go out again, though.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Because you figure a tattoo like that, if it's a big enough turnoff, she wouldn't want to see him again, but she decided to go out with him one more time.
And, like, imagine going to the beach with him. Like, stuff like that. Like, you gotta show that off.
Yeah. Nobody's going to mess with you. Like, if you ever...
It's a good point.
Somebody's acting up at a bar and he takes off his shirt, they're going to be like, okay, fine, you win. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. We'll give away another Vegas trip coming up in just a few minutes at 8:10.
Moving 92.5.
Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You ever have one of those moments you say something and you just wish you could suck the words right back into your mouth because you know it was wrong?
Yes.
That especially happens a lot in the dating world. I know I was out on a date once with this girl. We've been dating for a long time.
Yeah.
A long time, like a couple of years at that point. And I was like, I love you. And I was like, oh, no, don't say that. Can we just go back in time and forget that I said that? Things like that happen all the time. And Dave, who is on the phone and wants to do a second date update today, had a similar problem on his date. Dave, how you doing?
Hey, guys. What's going on?
Not much. So tell us a little bit about your date.
Well, I met this girl named Reese on a dating app, and we chatted online for a little bit, and we decided to go on a date, and we went out for dinner. I wanted to make it like an early dinner, sort of keep it open-ended in case things were going really well.
Oh,
good
so
idea.
You were planning ahead of time just in case you could take her back to your place?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
But you kind of just did.
Yeah, you
That's
did.
Hey,
what
let's
I
go to
heard.
dinner. There's this cute place right around the corner from my house. So in case we have a little too much, we can just walk back to my house. I mean, no big deal, right?
That was I wouldn't say that wasn't on my mind. But,
At least you're honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
it was just like I don't like going further than a stone's throw from my place.
Sure.
So did the night end like you had hoped?
It didn't go badly. I had a really, really good time.
Okay.
We had a really good time at dinner, and I think I did pick the right kind of place she would have liked. But there was a funny thing that happened that I feel like threw everything off for the night was that before we ordered food, I asked her what she was thinking of getting, and she mentioned that she was thinking about getting an appetizer, a salad, and a main course.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I said, this was such a stupid thing to say, but I said, wow, it's refreshing to meet a girl that isn't afraid to eat like one of the guys.
That is definitely the wrong thing to say.
I know what you meant, but when it comes out, that is so bad.
You're like, oh, it's nice to go out with a girl who's not going to order a salad and act like she never eats. Is that exactly how you said it, though?
It was like it just like I thought I was being funny, and as soon as I said that, there was just this dead silence at the table, and I was immediately trying to just eat my words. But oh man!
So how did she react after you said that?
Well, she just kind of stared at me, and she rolled her eyes and said, "Well, I'll just order a salad then."
Oh, did she just order a salad then?
She got the salad and the main course, but we skipped the appetizer.
If you would have been a smart man, you ordered the appetizer for her at that point.
And then eat it in front of her. And go, you don't get any because you punked out on the appetizer.
I went to the bathroom and looked at myself in the mirror, and I was just like, what am I going to do?
Did you take a chance to laugh at yourself a little bit?
Definitely after the fact, but immediately I was embarrassed and apologetic and stuck my foot in my mouth, essentially.
Did she seem cool after that?
It took me some time, but I feel like I kind of roped her back in. By the time our food got there, she was laughing at my jokes again. And
so you guys were back like on a good level after that. It wasn't like she just shut down and ended the date.
We were having really good conversation, just back and forth. But it's just I made this one slip up, and I couldn't get it off my mind as soon as I said it.
Yeah, if I had said that during a date, I'd be like, I just screwed everything up. You want to end it now? Because I could pay, and we get you a to-go box for all the food you just ordered. And we can go our separate ways. How did everything end with her?
Well, what happened was I said, like I was planning to, do you want to go back to my place? And she said she wouldn't be able to tonight. So I ended up just driving her home. And she said I had a really good time, and that was it.
Yeah, of course she couldn't go back to your place. She was too full.
No,
bloated, didn't want to get naked.
No kiss or anything?
No kiss.
Nothing. Then did you make plans to go out again?
That's the thing. I've called her a couple of times, and she just said that she's busy. Like, if she'd made it clear, I would leave her alone.
Okay. So instead, you want to call her on our show and ask her in front of, I don't know, at least 10 people who are listening, why she's not calling you back.
That seemed like a pretty solid idea to me.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Dave is on the phone with us today, and he wants to do a second date update with a girl named Reese. They met on a dating app, went out for dinner, and he thinks the reason that she's not calling him back is during dinner there was an awkward point where she was like, I want an appetizer, a salad, and a main course. Mm-hmm. And apparently he made a crack like, whoa, it's nice to go out with a girl who has such a healthy appetite. And then he started going, Suey, feeding time, woo! And then making hog noises at her right across the table, which I thought was really a bold move on your part, Dave. Yeah, he just started doing all that kind of stuff. Like somehow he got a triangle, he was ringing it like a dinner bell. I don't know how you did all that, Dave.
Yeah, that's right. You forgot. I took a little bell out and tied that around her neck, so it made.
Oh my God!
I forgot about that part, Dave.
That is awful.
Dave essentially did that because he sort of made fun of her for eating a lot. What did you say to her again?
All I said was, it's refreshing to meet a girl that isn't afraid to eat like one of the guys. It was a joke.
Yeah,
and that's the reason that Dave thinks she's not calling him back is because he thinks, yeah, I mean, I think it is too. But after that moment, she got a little awkward, and then he feels like he got her back on track, and she was laughing at the end of the date, and everything seemed cool, but she will not go out with him again. So he is pretty much assuming that's the reason.
Yep, pretty much.
All right. I'm going to dial the phone number right now, get her on the phone, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Reese, please?
This is Reese.
Hi, Reese. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Like the radio?
Yep, it is the radio calling you. I am the radio.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you recently went out on a date with a guy named Dave. And Dave told us a little bit about your date. He also said that you have been kind of blowing him off. So he asked us to get you on the phone and find out if there's something wrong with Dave.
Okay.
Is there?
Well, I'm not really that interested in going on another date with him. It was a one-time thing.
Was it the fact that Dave made a crack about how much food you were ordering?
You know what? That should have been my first warning sign. That was almost a deal breaker. But
He told us a little bit about your date, and he said that he felt really bad when he made that joke.
yeah, he should have.
So you just said almost a deal breaker.
Yeah, it probably should have been. It should have been like a heads up to me, but no.
So was there a deal breaker on the date then?
I mean, yeah, definitely there was, and it happened right after dinner.
Oh, interesting. Dave didn't tell us that anything happened after dinner other than he took you back to your car and you left.
Honestly, I don't think he's even aware of it, to be honest.
Really?
So, do you mind telling us what it was, just so we can let him know?
Well, so they bring over the check, right? And that can sometimes be awkward, but he picks it right up and clearly wants to pay. And I'm like, okay, that's really nice. And I happened to just like peek over his shoulder at the amount, and he wrote in $0 for the tip.
Oh,
And he's like, let's head out. I could not. I was like, wait, what's happening? This is not how you end dinner.
So he stiffed the waiter.
He didn't tip at all.
Yeah.
I was so confused. I was like, I have to ask him about this, obviously. And so I was like, did they screw up your meal? Like, what happened? You know, like, what's up?
Yeah.
And he goes, no, what are you talking about? Everything's good.
Okay. Do you think that he forgot to tip?
Well, I said, look, I happen to see that you didn't tip. And he just goes, oh, right. Oh, it's because I don't believe in tipping.
What?
Really?
Tipping isn't a belief system that you get to believe in or not believe in.
It is for some people. There are people out there who don't believe in tipping and won't tip. So he's one of those guys.
Apparently, I guess.
What was his? Did he give you a reasoning? Did you talk about it some more, or was that just it?
I'll be honest. I was so livid at this point, but I did press him a little bit more. I was like, what do you mean you don't believe in it? And he just goes like, oh, well, the restaurant should pay the servers like the right amount. I should
God, I
pay.
hate this.
Right. They should, but that's not the real world.
Listen, I used to be a waitress.
Yeah, I worked in food service for a long time.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I would be super pissed if I went out with somebody and they didn't tip.
Oh, man.
And honestly, our waiter was like great, totally like normal, great guy. And I just like, I remember what the experience was like. If someone doesn't tip you, you just get like, I just felt like my whole like ears get hot and just get like so what did I do wrong? And why would somebody like be so, it's just disrespectful.
Do you think he could tell that you were upset about it?
I tried to hide it. Like, I did not want to get into a fight with a guy that I don't really know that well on a first date.
I personally can't stand it when people don't tip. I'd love to get in a fight with Dave. Wouldn't you just like to tell him off a little bit?
I mean, honestly, I did, but I was like, the best way to handle this is just like put it behind me.
What if I gave you the opportunity to tell him off?
What? What are you talking about?
Oh, I mean that Dave's actually on the other line listening. And has been waiting to talk to you.
Oh, my God. Are you serious?
Hey, Reese. Is it really such a big deal that I don't tip?
Yes, it's a really big deal. It's like you're not a human being. You don't respect other human beings. And like their job. Sorry, but that is what it is. And
Are we just getting into personal attacks right now? I can't believe this is even a thing.
What? Do you not understand how, if you're dating, like, do you not understand that I used to be a waitress? I will never date somebody who doesn't
be a waitress. Like, I can see that you've been brainwashed by this thing.
Oh my God!
I don't know if you guys know this. Tipping's a total scam.
How is it a scam? What are you talking about?
Oh my God!
Like your money is going to go straight to the server. Like most servers don't even claim that on their taxes.
So you're worried about...
Yeah, most don't, but that's how they make a living is by tips.
It's not my responsibility to tip them. It's like they should make more money from their job. If the restaurant learned to pay them, that's a lesson well taught.
So you think that you're doing...
Oh my God. And in the meantime, just every single person who works in the food industry just gets like completely shorted just because you don't believe in tipping.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a battle one step at a time. Like this is something the restaurants need to learn.
So you feel like you not tipping is taking a stand against the man, and you're going to force restaurants somehow to pay their staff more if you don't tip.
Absolutely.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
That is
It's disgusting. It's so disgusting.
Why is this a thing? Like in Europe, they don't tip.
Yeah. You see why I'm not going to go out with this guy again? I mean,
Yes,
be
you
afraid.
do.
Dave, are you this cheap in every aspect of your life or just in tipping?
I'm not cheap. Like, why is this such a big deal to you people?
Because it's what we do here in America is we tip.
And it says
What
everything.
you do is not pay extra money to people who don't deserve it.
What?
Oh,
I mean, it just says everything about who you are and the way you treat other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Google this. There are blog posts and news sites that are devoted to this subject. This is a scam, and there's no reason that this industry should be supported.
Oh,
Okay.
my
So
God.
he seems normal, but he's a crazy person. Right?
Yeah.
This is totally crazy.
I can't believe I'm having this conversation.
I'm sorry. Hey, Dave, you know what? I'm sure you have a fabulous blog set up about your views on tipping. I'm going to respectfully disagree with you, though, sir. But I will ask Reese if she'd like to go on a second date with you. Reese, would you like to go out with Dave again?
No.
I'll throw in the tip. Don't have to worry about that.
It's very funny.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
H.com. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
It's always good when you're out in the dating world to try new things, whether it's a new restaurant or some new foods
Yeah.
or find a new safe word.
What?
It's one of the longest words in the English dictionary, flossinasinahilipilification. Try to use that as a safe word. You screw up one syllable, it's going to take a long time for things to stop.
Oh, no.
And Dan is on the phone right now for a second date update. He tried something new for his first date, but now he's not getting a call back. What's up, Dan?
What's up? Hey, guys.
How are you?
I'm cool. Yeah, I'm all right.
Awesome. Okay. Well, not totally all right because you're not getting a call back from a girl you really want to go out with again. But before we get into your actual date, what's her name?
Amanda.
Amanda. All right. And where did you meet Amanda?
You've heard of that thing called Tinder? Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You're a funny guy, too.
Wait, spell that out.
Yeah, never heard of it. I don't know. We do these second date updates all the time. First time anybody's ever mentioned Tinder.
Someone just told me about it, so I was like, oh, yeah, I'll get on
You've
Tinder.
never heard of it before? Are you being sarcastic?
I think he's kidding.
I'm more of a Match.com guy, but they were like, Tinder's really the way to go, and
Wait, so are you serious? You hadn't really heard of Tinder before?
I mean, I had heard people talking about it, and I was like,
Okay.
Okay.
So you
just
you
hadn't
decided
experienced it.
to actually try it. All right. So you
I
met
had
her.
no idea. It's a whole new world.
It's a lot different than Match, isn't it?
A lot different than Match.
Right.
But yeah, all the swiping stuff, and like, I don't know, like we matched, and there's that moment where I go, oh my God, maybe this, and we were like chatting, like, I don't know, 2 weeks or whatever. We're trying to
That's a
figure
while.
out.
Yeah.
It is a while, but like, I asked like the 5 questions, like, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite taco? What's your favorite sports team?
You're not short on details. You're not short on details, Dan, and that's what I like about you. Is you make sure you get everything in. Let's just get to the date. Not to rush you along, but we're up against the clock here.
Hey, this
So-
Tinder thing's new to him.
Yeah. I know that.
It's very novel.
Yeah, I know you're excited about Tinder, but let's get to what you guys actually did. Your email said that you did something that you haven't done before with a girl, and what exactly was that? If you can say it on the radio.
Well, she said, hey, you mind if I pick a place? And I was like, oh, no, that's cool. And she goes, yeah, there's this great bar. The drinks are like a little on the cheaper side, so it's really casual, and they've got music. And,
All right, Dan.
Like, again, with the details.
What did you do?
You make sure you get...
Well, she like sold it, and I was like, yeah, okay, fine. And we get to the place, and there was a rainbow flag out front.
Okay.
So it's a gay bar.
Yeah, she was like, hey, she brought me to a gay bar. And I was like, well, I've never been to a gay bar, but
What rock are you living under, Dan?
I didn't know that you could just sort of like go to a gay bar to hang out if you weren't gay. And
They don't check your
Yeah, they're not.
gay
Yeah,
ID.
they're actually. one of the groups in America that's pretty inclusive, like pretty understanding of people that want to like hang out, you know. I think they've had a lot of people tell them they can't go places, so they're pretty cool with anybody showing up.
Yeah, I know that now.
So it sounded like did that freak you out?
No, it didn't freak me out at all. I'm not gay, so I didn't know like if I had to act a certain way or something.
Yeah, we got that.
No, you don't have to act.
Yeah, you can just go be yourself. Were you yourself? Is the reason you're not getting a call back because you were all weird?
Oh, no.
I felt freer than I'd ever felt in a while. It was like really cool. Like we were dancing, but then we decided to like sit down and talk for a while, and people kept coming up to her, and they were like, "Who's this tall drink of water?" And I'd never heard that before. I was like, "I'm a drink of water." Like I'd never
heard that before either.
Okay, Dan.
Yeah, that's a pretty common thing people say.
Oh.
So, Dan, did you act mystified the entire time you were there? Because I would say that would be a turnoff for me.
And no, I wasn't mystified. I was smiling a lot. Like it was cool. I was having a good time.
Okay.
So like eventually the bar was getting a little rowdy, a little too loud and crowded, and so we just decided to just head out. And we were walking back to her car, and I don't know. I was just like, screw it. I felt pretty free, and I kissed her.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And
yeah.
Did she enjoy it?
Yeah, she kissed me back.
Nice.
And I was like, hey, I've had the best time tonight. You want to do this again? And she said, yeah, like resounding yes. And I reached out the next day, and I was like, hey, had a great time. I even put like a little gay flag emoji on the text. I thought that was kind of cool because, you know, we were at a gay bar, but whatever. and then nothing. And like the blue bubbles went to green bubbles, and I was like, oh, wait, I think I got like blocked.
Wait, you think that she blocked your number?
Well, I don't know. You know how sometimes if your blue bubbles turn to green bubbles?
Does that mean you got blocked?
I've never been blocked.
I just thought it went off of iMessage.
I have Android, so I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. We've got so much information here to work with now, Dan. I don't want to get into all that.
Sure.
But we do know that she's ignored you since your date.
At least.
I don't like to use the word ignore, but yeah, she's been ignoring me. And honestly, I had like a much better time than I expected I was going to at a gay bar. It was pretty cool.
Well,
okay, Dan.
That's
it.
We'll give it a
You can
shot.
stop it
we'll
there.
try.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna play a song, and then we'll come back and call her and get your second date update. All right?
Cool.
Okay, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just joining us, Dan is on the phone, and the world is basically a whole new place for Dan all the time, it sounds like.
Yeah.
If you missed the first part, Dan met a girl on Tinder. It's the first time he's really used Tinder, and they went out to a gay bar. It was her choice, but he was just surprised because he'd never been to a gay bar before. Didn't have any judgment, just the whole thing was very interesting to him, and it opened up his eyes to that lifestyle and how they have bars just like normal people.
Wow.
I know, he was freaking out about it. But anyway, they hung out there, then left. He did end up kissing her before she got in the car and went home. But now she's not talking to him at all. And we're going to see if we can find out what went wrong.
And you can't think of like any awkward moments, Dan?
That's the thing. During this ghosting period, I was like, did I say something weird? Did my breath smell? Did I smell? Like, I can't think of anything, and I'm just kind of weirded out by it all, you know?
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll see if we can figure it out for you, okay? I'm going to dial her phone number right now.
Right on.
Hello?
Hi, is this Amanda?
Yeah, hi, who's this?
Hey, Amanda, how are you? This is Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
Are you familiar at all?
I think I've heard of it before, but I don't listen to the radio very much, to be honest.
No, that's fine. That's how we like it. We like people to have just heard of it and not listened so that you don't really know how to judge us. You know what I mean? Like, we prefer people just kind of know of us, but don't really actually actively listen to our show. So it's nice to meet you, Amanda.
Yeah, you too. Can I ask why you're calling me?
No.
Yes, of course you can. Yes.
You know my name.
Yeah, that's all. I just want to see if you were familiar at all with us. No, Amanda, I'm calling you because we got an email about you from somebody who listens to our show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his name is Dan.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
from Tinder?
Yeah, you went on a date with Dan.
Uh-huh.
But now you're not talking to him, and he's wondering why.
Is this like a normal thing you guys do?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then blow them off, they can email us to call you and figure out what happened. And that's why Dan emailed us.
All right.
Did he maybe come across as ignorant, I guess you would say? He seemed really baffled by a lot of things, like Tinder and gay bars, and like maybe he said something that he shouldn't have.
No, we had a good time. He's a great guy, actually.
Oh, really?
Okay, so you had a good time. He was a great guy, but you don't want to talk to him anymore.
Yeah.
Why?
Come on.
That doesn't give us a lot.
I mean, it's kind of weird to tell you guys about it.
Can you? And not even us. Can you tell us so that we can tell him? Because he's the one that's really curious.
I mean, I'd rather you not tell him.
Why? Is it something that he did?
Kind of. All right. I'll just, I don't know how much he told you guys, but we went to a gay bar, and some of my friends were there, a few gay friends, and they're 100% sure he's not straight.
Oh, really?
Really?
Like all of them collectively thought that?
Yeah, and they're never wrong about this stuff.
Really? Okay.
Good gaydar, huh?
So you don't want to go out with him on another date because you think that he's not interested in you.
Or women.
Right.
Or that's what I mean, women in general.
Yeah, I mean, he seemed interested, and at the time I didn't actually think so, but the more I have been thinking about it since then, the more I agree with them, and I think he's probably gay.
I feel like if he is gay, he doesn't even know he's gay yet. Because he seems pretty oblivious to most things in life.
Yeah, that's what they were saying, is that he probably has no idea, but he was just way too comfortable. Like, he said it was the first time he's been to a gay bar, but he was like singing and dancing and like, I don't know.
But don't you think maybe he was just cutting loose? Like,
he did
I don't dance at normal bars, but anytime I've been to a gay bar, for some reason, the dancing takes over. Then I'll get hammered and dance. I don't know why.
And he did say that he had felt more open and comfortable there than he...
Oh, he did say that.
...has maybe ever.
Like free.
Yeah, at the time I just thought he was having fun and, like, we were having a fun time together. But, like, for example, my gay friends pointed out, like, he was in the bathroom grooming his hair and, like, just being really meticulous about it. Obviously, I didn't see that, but they were telling me about it. And they were saying, like, his mannerisms are, like, kind of stereotypically gay or effeminate, you know?
Yeah, but that's, I mean, this sounds like they're even playing into the gay stereotype at this point, you know?
Yeah, I know it sounds like stereotyping, but, like, they were very insistent that they are all in agreement he is not straight.
Wow.
Every single one of your gay friends thinks this dude is gay.
Dang.
Yeah, there were like 5 of my friends there, 5 gay guys I know who all agree.
Why wouldn't you go out on another date with him and just, I don't know,
test
the waters?
I just don't want to get involved if he's like discovering something about himself. I don't want to complicate that any more than it already is.
You know what? We talked to him, and he did sound like he was discovering a lot of things.
Yeah,
like the way that he even talked about being there, he was like, I felt the most free. So, I mean, I don't know if I can necessarily argue with you. Maybe he is, but you don't want to go out with him again just in case he's all of a sudden realizing that he might be gay.
He's a great guy, and we could be friends, but I just don't want to get romantically involved with him right now, you know?
Well, maybe you can talk to him about being his friend, because he's actually on the phone right now listening and wants to talk to you.
Hey, Amanda.
Oh, my God. I'm so sorry, Dan. I did not know you were listening.
Yeah, I'm a little confused here.
I think so. I think that's the whole point of the phone call, Dan.
No, I mean, Amanda, I don't know how to say this, but I'm not gay.
It's like an opposite.
You guys, don't laugh at him.
Amanda, I think your friends are mistaken. I think they're the ones that are a little confused, because I'm super straight. Like
super duper.
Look, Dan, I'm really sorry. I'm not trying to call you out or out you on the radio, but I just am going by what my friends said.
Your friends were so cool. Like, I would trust them also, but not about this. Like, we totally hit it off. And I mean, if I was gay, would we have, like, that kiss kind of rocked,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Yeah, I mean, but gay guys can kiss well too. That doesn't mean anything.
Right, but they usually kiss guys well.
I mean, Amanda, I will say, I don't think that you're being fair. Like, he's saying he is attracted to you, and that's all that matters. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, even if down the road he's attracted to right now he's attracted to you.
Wait, I'm sorry. Hang on.
Yeah.
I'm not attracted to men, so I'm not gonna like become attracted to men.
Okay, well, what about my friend with the tattoo? You were like holding his arm, like admiring his tattoo for, I don't know, like 5 full minutes.
Whoa.
The ink work on his arm is spectacular. The shadowing is amazing. Look, I've been wanting to get like a really rad tribal for a while, and Charlie's work was amazing.
A really rad tribal. I don't think he's gay.
Amanda, you had a good time with him. You had fun. You guys shared a great kiss. I feel like you're letting your friends ruin something that could be really cool.
Yeah, who knows?
Like I said, he's saying he's attracted to you, and he likes tattoos.
One of them said, "Shantae, you stay." And look, I don't know what that means, but I was like, I'm cool. I'm going to hang out.
Okay. Sounds what I don't have I have no idea what you just said, Dan, or we're even trying to explain. But Amanda, will you go out on a second date with Dan? We'll pay for it. He's telling you that he's not gay, even though your friends say he is.
I'm not gay. I'm not gay.
You don't have to keep saying it, bro.
I guess if you guys are paying for it, I'd be open to that. We can hang out. But I feel like I'm going to need some convincing that you're actually not gay.
Oh.
I am so down to convince you that I don't want to be with a man, but I want to, like, hang out with you.
What? This is not convincing.
Yeah, I'm not convinced, but hopefully, Amanda, you'll be convinced. Congratulations, Dan. You got a second date.
Shantae, you stay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Shantae, you stay.
Shantae.
Congratulations.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Not a lot of people know this about me, but if I go out on a date with somebody and it's a good date, I will like wait an hour or so after, and then I will call them to thank them for the date, and I had a good time and everything else.
Hold on. You'll actually call?
I actually call the number.
You don't,
Yeah.
like, text?
No, I call to say thank you.
I didn't even know you knew how to do that.
Standard thing. Well, I don't really talk to them. I just call, and then I block the number, and when they answer, I just go, and if she knows it's me calling to say thank you in the special way that I do, then we'll go out again because we obviously click. If she doesn't know it's me, no big deal. I'm sure I'll see her again at some point. So,
So weird.
not worried about it. But Bruce, who is on the phone today and wants to do a second date update, is very confused why his date's not calling him back, because apparently after they went out, he called her to say thank you. They had a good conversation, and now she's not calling him back at all. I'm curious, Bruce, do you do the call the same way I do?
Please say no.
No, man.
Try it next time. Women love heavy breathing in the phone.
Yeah, I'll definitely be sure to try that.
Okay, cool. First of all, tell us a little bit about how you met the girl that you want to call today.
Well, her name's Madison. We met online. You know, I've done it a few times. Have you guys tampered with the online dating?
Craigslist, yeah.
Craigslist. That's not online dating, Jubal.
Yeah, it's weird. Most of
That's
people
just-
want you to pay them.
Yeah, that's weird, right? Usually you pay services.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I went through eHarmony.
Oh, okay.
And that was supposed to be
legit.
That's another pay site, too, much like Craigslist, you know?
Not really, but
No?
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway, eHarmony, that's where most people look that I've researched on, I guess, to look for a more serious kind of relationships.
Oh, so you're looking for a serious thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of done with the whole bachelor lifestyle, I guess.
And is that something that you say right off the gate, like, I'm looking for something serious?
I tend to wait till I actually meet the person, you know, and we kind of fill each other out, you know,
kind of where we stand with that. But I do tend to look for girls who fit that profile.
And did you think that Madison fit that profile?
I did. I mean, I met a few girls online before. They didn't really work out. Some people are just in it for the reasons I'm not into, which
just cheap sex and fun. Sounds terrible.
Yeah.
So, what was it about Madison that made her stand out?
She has a really, really fun personality. Even before meeting her, she just you can kind of see it from a distance, and then as she gets up closer, she's just beautiful.
Were you following her around before you met her? Because that's what it sounds like.
No, like her profile pictures, again, it was, I mean...
Well, just the way you said from a distance, I pictured you, like, looking through a window with binoculars, and you're like, and then once I brushed her arm when I walked past her in the coffee shop, then I noticed that she did have a fun personality.
No, I mean, how it was, everyone pretty much looks good in their profile pictures.
Okay, that's what you meant. All right.
So, yeah, then we met up at a bar. She was just beautiful. She didn't cake on makeup. How some girls, especially on first dates, I swear, like to go overboard. You're not sure which is their face or or how deep it goes.
How deep does that makeup? I usually just reach across the table and try to scratch it off at that point just to see. Do you feel like you guys really clicked together?
Absolutely. Yeah. Conversation was easy the entire time, and we both joked about the whole online thing. And how it's just kind of a crapshoot.
How did everything end with you guys?
The date lasted a few hours. When it was time to go, I just kind of asked her if I could call her to hang out again, or go out. And she gave me a really big smile and said, absolutely. Wow. So based on that, I decided to take it upon myself to lean in, and I kind of just gave her a little kiss. Nothing too aggressive.
Not too aggressive. Grab the back of her head. Get over here.
Yeah. No, it seemed like it was right. It's kind of that lull silence, I guess, after a little bit of laughter, I guess. So it just, again, it seemed like almost like a movie.
She sounds like quite the catch.
Yeah.
I mean, she was. All the way home, I just couldn't stop thinking about the date. I kept replaying everything in my head. And so, as I pulled in my garage, I thought to call her, and I just thanked her again for the date and how amazing it was, and that I'd really like to go out again, and if she would like to as well. She reciprocated that and was really excited that I called, and we set plans for the next Friday.
Wow.
So that conversation went cool, but yet she's not getting back to you for a second date.
Yeah, man, that's why I'm so confused. Ever since we made that plan, I really haven't heard anything.
Do you think that she's getting hit up left and right and maybe found a better option online?
That's kind of what I'm afraid of. But to really just not text or anything and just to drop with the night we did have, at least some closure would be nice.
Yeah, and especially if you guys already made plans, so you didn't set your Friday night aside and then she just doesn't get back to you.
Exactly.
Huh.
Interesting. All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Right on. Thanks, guys.
All right, man. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Bruce is on the phone with us. He's currently experiencing one of the most frustrating things in dating. He went out with a girl. They had a great date, seemed to click on every level. Even after the date, they made plans to go out on another date, like scheduled plans. Yeah. And then she just stopped talking to him. And she wasn't a total dog face, which is nice, too. She was attractive. So Bruce is trying to figure out why she's not calling him back. All right, Bruce, we're about to give her a call and find out. You ready?
Yeah, I am.
What's the best case scenario for you in this?
That she was really busy or she lost her phone.
Okay.
I'm praying she lost her phone.
Yeah. And she couldn't hop on the internet to contact you via Facebook or eHarmony where you guys met. There's she dropped off the grid for a little while. Maybe she's homeless and we find that out.
Thank
and there was no way to get a hold of you. That's the only thing that I can think could be good in this scenario.
All right.
All right. Prepare for the worst, I think is what they're saying.
Here we go, man. I'm going to dial the phone number right now.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Madison, please?
This is she.
Hello, Madison. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
From where? I'm sorry.
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
You're looking for Madison?
Yes, I am. I'm calling you today because we recently got an email about you.
Okay.
It was from somebody that you went out on a date with. His name is Bruce.
Okay.
And Bruce told us a little bit about your date, and he's very curious why you just kind of stopped talking to him. So he asked us to see if we could get you on the phone and find out why.
Okay. It's kind of awkward.
It's kind of awkward.
Understandable.
Yeah, this is a very awkward thing, but Bruce really wants to know if he did something wrong on your date. He had nothing but nice things to say about you. But he also said that you made plans with him to go out, like the next Friday after you guys had your date, and then you just bailed.
I mean, that just kind of happened. I do apologize, and I feel bad.
Hey, Madison, have you ever had somebody do that to you where you're really kind of into them and you want to go out with them again, they just stop talking to you?
Yes.
It's pretty frustrating, right?
It is. It is. I do understand. It is very frustrating.
So then...
And I do apologize.
Okay, well, don't you think it'd be cool to, like, let Bruce know why you blew him off?
I guess I can explain to you. I just would feel like I would hurt his feelings.
Okay.
So I don't want him to know.
Well, you could tell us, and then we'll figure out a way to tell him where it doesn't hurt his feelings.
And relay the message gently.
Okay.
Okay, so we had a good time. He was very nice, and when the date finished, he called me back, and he just, said thank you, and that was actually really nice. I really appreciated that. So we talked on his way home, and then he got home and proceeded to get off the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if, obviously, I highly doubt he knows he did this, and I am in the wrong for this a little bit too, but he didn't hang up.
Uh-huh.
And
so you stayed on. Anytime anybody does that to me, by the way, I stay on the phone the whole time too, just to listen for a little bit, just to see what they're doing.
You guys are such voyeurs.
I want to catch somebody being like pervy or something,
It wasn't pervy.
Oh,
I wasn't
damn.
being the perv. I just, I was just kind of curious, I guess.
For sure.
What did you hear?
Well, at first, I just heard rustling, and I was like, oh, okay, he's home. And then I heard a guy's voice. And I was like, ooh, he's going to have a conversation. That's when I was like, I'm definitely listening. He said to the guy, I just went on a date. I'm going to marry that girl.
Oh, that's really cute.
Or really creepy.
Yeah, exactly. It goes one of two ways. Like Brooke is practically ready to slide off her seat right now, and Jose's like, "Whoa, that's creepy."
It freaked me out. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And so that's why I've been avoiding him, because I don't think that you can tell if you're going to marry somebody after one date.
Yeah.
Maybe
so
you
just
can't,
feel
but
feel
other
like it
people
was
could.
you feel like it was too much?
Too soon.
Yeah, way too much. And granted, I had a great time with him. It was fun. But when, the first thing that he says when he gets home is, I'm going to marry that girl. It's like, what?
But the thing is, you couldn't see his face. You don't know,
We're trying so hard for like the storybook love tale thing right now.
Seriously, I think some people can tell after the first date, and I think you could have found the coolest guy you'll ever meet.
Or you could have found a stage 5 clinger.
But
it all depends how you interpret it. This is how she's interpreting it. That's how it made her feel.
Should be mutual, right?
But that's the risk of dating, right? They're always either clingers or romantics.
Yeah, and that's the vibe that she got from this dude, obviously, that he's a clinger right away.
No.
Yeah, that's exactly the vibe that I got. And, hey, that's fine for you maybe, but not for me. I want somebody to want to get to know me first.
Before you talk about marriage, all right. Well,
Exactly.
Madison, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll make sure to let Bruce know in the nicest way possible.
Okay, I hope that helps.
All right, and the only nice way I can think of is to let you know that he's on the other line and just heard that.
What? Are you serious?
Yes, I am. Bruce, say hi to Madison.
Hi, Madison. Madison, I can't believe you actually heard that. I'm at a complete loss for words.
Do you remember saying that to whoever you were talking? Who were you talking to, by the way, Bruce?
Yeah, I was talking to my roommate.
Okay.
I walked in, and my roommate, kind of was sarcastic, being like, "Yo, dude, how'd the date go?" So I thought of the first thing that was on top of my head. It's like, I think I love her, man. I want to marry her, or something like that.
That's cool to say to your roommate, but you definitely don't want the person that you just went on a date with, first date, to hear that.
Madison, I really wish you would have let me know that you heard that, and we could have cleared some things up, but...
So, what, are you taking it back? do you not mean it anymore? Or what do you mean by that?
So, kind of what I meant was, where I was at with my excitement was, I could definitely see, things going, forward if that's, kind of how things were with us all the time, the more and more we started being together, and, I don't know, it might turn into love.
This is such an awkward thing to try to explain.
Oh, Madison, can't you give this guy a chance? I know that it's a lot of pressure, but haven't you ever just felt overwhelmed and maybe you exaggerated your feelings a little?
Yeah.
Sure, but I don't know. It's like hearing something that you're not supposed to. It's hard to come back from that because now it's on such a grounds of embarrassment.
Why don't we turn it into a joke?
Why don't we just forget it ever happened and turn it into a joke?
If it has to always be remembered, we did have a good time. We had an amazing time. It's actually one of the best dates that I've been on in years.
Bruce, I think you need to downplay it a little more. Don't call the date amazing. Don't call it awesome. Just be like, it was cool or whatever, Madison. I didn't really care too much. That sounds like what Madison is into.
Yeah.
Oh, Madison, stop being so scared of love. Yeah. Come on, Madison.
Oh, I'm not scared. I just, want to make smart decisions and not,
That's good.
But he could have said, horrible things about you. He could talk about, your boobs or your butt or how he wanted to bang you.
That happened after Madison hung up. I guarantee it.
You actually found a sweet, caring man that really wants to find love someday. He's not saying it's necessarily with you right now.
No, I think he did say that.
Well, I'm just trying to help him out.
I don't know. That's a lot of pressure. I'm still pretty young, so
all right.
That's it's always going to be in the back of my head.
Well, sweet. Then we should send you guys out again. Madison, would you like to go on a second date with Bruce? I'll pay for it.
Oh my God!
Come on, Madison, give him one more shot.
Madison, I really wish it didn't happen, but it did. I'm definitely in it for take it date by date. I don't have a problem with that. I just got really excited about you as a person.
Oh.
So, Madison, will you go out one more time with me?
Hey, Madison, if you wouldn't have been such a snoop and listened in on his conversation, would you go out with him if you didn't hear what he said?
That's a good question.
I would have.
Okay.
I absolutely would have.
So it's your own fault.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, now.
So you should go out with him again.
Come on.
I feel so guilty about all of this. I guess I kind of owe it to you.
There you go.
So you're saying yes?
Congratulations, Bruce.
Yeah.
You got yourself a pity date.
I'm sorry, Bruce.
I'll take it. Thanks. Yeah.
I'm excited to go out with you, Bruce. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I guess it's whatever.
Yeah. See, that's how you have to play it.
I see.
Yeah. I might be busy that night, but we'll see.
Thanks, Jubal.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Looking for the perfect birthday or anniversary gift or a special date night? Well, then you need Zodart, Seattle's only exotic car rental company. Visit Zodart.com to book an exotic special car for that very special day.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Where are some of the sexiest places to meet people? There's always the circus,
What?
the city dump, and of course, an elevator.
Oh.
You got the elevator music just blasting. You guys are looking at each other, and that's when you seize the moment and hit the emergency stop button.
Yeah.
And look at them and go, we're not going anywhere until love shows up. And then you just wait it out, and either you guys connect or the firefighters show up and get you out of there, and you probably have to face some legal action. But that's where Eileen met the guy that she wants to call today on the elevator of love.
Oh.
What's up, Eileen?
You know, elevators are kind of sexy, by the way.
Aren't they?
I agree.
There's mirrors. There's mirrors on the ceiling, so technically, if you look up, you can see down.
Yeah.
I have a lot of fantasies that involve elevators.
I think a lot of people do.
Yeah, for real, man.
So, congratulations to you, Eileen. You fulfilled a lot of people's fantasy. How did you meet this dude on the elevator?
Well, come to find out, we were on the slowest elevator ever, where every single floor someone was getting in and pushing the stupid button. And it was a lot of old people that just couldn't take the stairs, so it was hard to get mad.
Yeah.
But Paul, looked at me and he was like, well, I guess I should just get out my laptop and do my work from here.
Okay.
Oh, so he's a jokester. You guys shared a little joke together.
Yes, he was a little snarky, and it's not often that you meet snarky people in a business setting, and it was nice.
So this is an elevator in your office building?
Yeah, exactly.
And had you ever run into this guy before?
No, I mean, I've seen him around a few times, but we had never, had a reason to talk.
Yeah, yeah. So do you think he was hitting on you right away, or was he just trying to make small talk for boring purposes?
I mean, he was obviously very flirty, and we went on a date, so I'm assuming that was his attempt at hitting on me.
He could have not been hitting on you at all. Yeah, he's just like, how'd I end up on a date with this girl?
Well, you could have asked him out. I don't know.
How'd you guys finally get around to going out? Did you ask for his number? Did he ask for your number?
He was just elevator boldness all the way through. I mean, we had enough time in the elevator to kind of chit chat. And he's like, listen, I'd love to have your number. And I was like, yeah, totally. Why not?
What did you guys do when you went out?
Oh, we went to this super cute pizza place.
All right. And how was the super cute pizza?
It was super quiet. It was actually really uncomfortable. The food was delicious. But on a first date, we should have definitely just gone to a bar.
Really?
It was so quiet.
Was it an awkward first date then?
No, it was just so when you just want to be a little silly and cute and coy and sexy, and instead the family is sitting next to you quietly listening because they've run out of conversation.
People that can hear your first date combos.
Dude,
yeah,
I love
understand that
listening in
completely.
on first dates when I'm at a restaurant. I'm sorry, I'm that person that is totally oh my God, do you think that they're going to go out again? What do you think?
So was it a good date though?
Yeah, it was a great time. We had a blast. It just, I mean, listen, he was super cute. He picked me up from my house, which I thought was very classy. And I'm a big fan of dental health. And he obviously flossed his teeth, which I think is super sexy. Really, there's something, it means he cares. He takes time out of his day to care about himself. And I just love that. And he had the most delicious laugh, just sexy, caramely masculine.
I feel like I'm attracted to him after a description like that. Let's get this guy on the phone.
Never
now,
heard
please.
of a laugh being described as caramely, but I like it.
So sexy.
So how did the date end?
Well, he drove me home. He said he had a great time, and I was like, why don't you come in and have a drink? Since we didn't really get a chance to talk. And he was super into it. So we came in, we had a glass of wine, and then he kind of bailed. That was the one thing that was a little weird.
Wait, how quickly did he bail once he got to your place?
I guess it was I don't know, however long it took to drink a glass of wine. He didn't stay for a second glass of wine.
Okay, that's not very long. Yeah. And were you expecting him to stay the night?
No. I made it, once we got inside, I literally toasted him with, here's to first dates, not first hookups.
All right, so you made it very clear that you were not going to mess around that night.
No, I'm a classy lady.
Do you think that's why he bailed though? Maybe he had different expectations?
That's my nightmare. I hope not, because I really felt like we had a fun time and we connected, and I just hope he's not a sleazeball that just bails if he doesn't get hooked up with.
Any other reason beside that you think he's not calling you back?
I don't know. I mean, I know I can be a little aggressive, and that can kind of be a turnoff for people.
You didn't shout at him on your date, did you?
Shout at him for real?
Yeah, you didn't yell at him.
I don't think she you been aggressive like that?
I mean, I definitely took the last slice of pizza.
Oh, no, you said aggressive. I'm just making sure you didn't get yell at him in the pizza place or yell at him at your house or get just kind of aggro on the dude.
I don't know. God, now I have to think about that.
Now there's a whole new thing to think about. All right, well.
Oh, no.
Hang on. We'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, all right?
All right, awesome.
Okay, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, I'm personally still confused what a caramely laugh sounds like. Eileen is on the phone with us. She described the guy that she wants to call today as having very good hygiene because she could tell that he flosses. She liked that about him. She said he was quick-witted, funny, and had a caramely laugh, which I'm thinking probably sounds like this.
No. Yeah,
Is that right? Is that right,
Have you
Eileen?
ever eaten caramel before? Do you even know what caramel is?
Apparently
That's what I would describe as a caramely laugh.
Okay, so the person laughing in the background is not a caramely laugh.
That's not a caramely laugh either?
Yeah,
All right,
there
so
it is.
neither of us have caramely laughs. Jose.
Like
All right.
this, like it's like confidence, like a deep-seated confidence, like
Oh, okay. You mean, all right, so it was like,
yeah, I went on a date with Cookie Monster. Yeah, good job.
All right.
Smooth and sexy right
Okay,
there.
we're about to call him right now. His name is Paul, and Eileen thinks that he might not be calling back because when they got back to her place, they were having a glass of wine, and she cheersed him and said, hey, here's to not hooking up tonight, just letting him know that he's not going to get any. And he left shortly after that. She's hoping that that's not the case because she'd like to see him again, but that's the only reason you can think of.
Other than the fact that I'm a little aggressive, and I might have asked him to laugh on cue at one point.
Would you like him to just laugh again for me? Oh my God.
Oh God, it was so sexy.
All right, well, I can't wait to hear his caramely laugh. I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can find out why he's not calling you back, okay?
Thank you.
Hello?
Hi, is Paul there?
This is he.
Hey, what's up, Paul? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay. Sorry, who is this?
My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Hi. How can I help you?
Well, I'm calling you today because one of our listeners actually sent us an email about you.
What?
It was about your laugh and how sexy it is. A lot of it was about your laugh.
Okay. Thanks for calling. I'm not really interested in just one of those prank call shows. It's very
this is not.
I'm not very interested.
No, Paul, I promise this is not a prank phone call. They really did compliment your laugh in the email. It's actually from a girl that you went on a date with. Her name is Eileen.
All right. Yeah.
And Eileen sent us an email about you because she really enjoyed the time that you spent together, but now you're not calling her back after your date. So she wanted us to get you on the phone and find out what went wrong.
Oh, boy. Seems like an odd way to do this. I don't really see how that's any of your business.
Well, I mean, I guess technically it's not really, but Eileen sort of made it our business because she asked us to call you. She just wants to know why you won't go out with her again. Can you give us anything?
It's because she's not a good person.
What?
Whoa.
We talked to her and she sounded like a great person.
Well, I went on a date with her, and I'm sorry, I don't see myself having a future with someone who's a murderer.
Wow, you went from bad person to murderer.
Whoa, murderer?
Look, you called me. What do you want?
I just would love to know how you figured out that Eileen is a murderer.
Who did she kill?
That's a big claim.
Did you see her on America's Most Wanted or something?
Look, she's very engaging and charming. We went out. We had a good dinner. We went back to her place. She invited me in. I don't normally say yes on the first date, but I was having a great time.
Yeah.
And then we went into her place, and she had a stuffed goose on the wall.
What? I thought you were going to say there was a dead body in the freezer or something.
There was a dead body hanging on the wall. And I asked her about it, and she told me she's a hunter, all right? And she went hunting, found that thing, hunted it down, tracked it down, killed it in cold blood. And this is not funny.
I'm sorry. It just
there were
Well, you
Look.
can see how, I mean, it kind of sounds that way because you called her a murderer and then you're telling us
Yeah,
because...
she is a murderer.
Okay.
Okay? Animal lives mean a lot to me.
But there's a lot of people that hunt for food and for recreation.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who hunt, and fine, that's their life. They can live that way if they want to. I'm not going to be involved with someone who does, and I'm certainly not going to be involved with someone who hunts just to put them up on their wall like trophies. She had a boar's head in there. There were ducks. It's like being in a horror movie, okay? I have no interest in dating a butcher, all right? I have no interest in dating a murderer. But you can laugh all you want. Animals are lives, too. And she's a murderer. You take a life, no matter what, you're a murderer. You can tell her that. You can tell her that's why we're not having a second date.
All right, well, you know
angry.
what, Paul? I don't actually have to tell her that you think she's a murderer because she's on the line listening and probably would love to talk to you right now.
Are you freaking serious? You're calling me a murderer because I like to hunt?
Yeah, I am.
I just don't understand. You were at my house. Why didn't you say something then? You literally said, oh, cool.
I was being polite, okay? I was being polite because I wanted to leave as quickly as possible. I don't know, if you're going to kill one animal, maybe you'll kill another one.
So wait, Paul, you left because you were scared of her?
I left because I was disgusted that she would take a life, yes.
I mean, honestly, it's not like I was killing, like, an elephant. It's a f***ing goose. They're vermin. Literally, you have to hunt them. Otherwise, they will cause problems like airplane crashes and car crashes. I'm doing everyone a favor. I'm saving tax dollars. You should be thanking me.
It's a lot of tough talk from someone who has to hang birds on their wall to feel good about themselves.
I don't hang birds on my wall to feel good about myself. I do it because I love natural history, and I love the idea of being proud of what I can do in my culture and my past. It's way more
You
beautiful
love
than just ordering
natural
a sausage
history so
pizza.
much that you're just going to go out and kill it? That makes a lot of sense.
I just think it's disgusting that you would criticize and judge me based on something that brings me so much joy and happiness. My father took me hunting. It's a part of my happiest memories. Every time I look at the boar on the wall, I think about how great my childhood was. You know, probably how you feel about, like, I don't know, douching yourself or something.
I can't handle that.
That was the kind of discourse I expect from a murderer.
Oh, my God.
Because you are a murderer. I stood in your living room. I saw the bodies of defenseless animals staring at me. Have you ever made eye contact with these animals? I'm sure you haven't. You think you have, but you haven't. You haven't looked into their souls and seen the pain on their faces when their lives were taken by some woman with daddy issues who went out to go hunt just to feel good about herself.
Are you kidding me? Grow some f***ing balls, dude. Like, have you ever even held a gun? Do you even know what you're talking about, or are you just speaking out of your ass?
I'll say it takes a lot more to save a life rather than take a life, okay? You ever think about it when you stick a gun in those animals' faces, that they have families, that they're just like people? They have lives that you're destroying just so you can have some decorations in your living room?
Oh, my God, Paul, thank you so much. You've made it so clear for me. I really get it now. Yeah, because the last time I saw a f***ing goose build a skyscraper like a human did, or the last time I saw a goose, like, solve a math problem like a human did, yeah, they're just like humans. The next one I see, I'll nickname it Paul, and I'll remember that it has a soul before I kill it.
Hey, that leads me to my question. Paul, would you like to go out on a second date with Eileen? We will pay for it.
I want to go on a second date with him.
Well, I know. I just thought I'd ask him.
You sure made a lot of phone calls trying to get a hold of me if you don't want to go on a second date with me. So a lot of that.
Yeah, and leave it to a pussy like you to not even respond. I should have known. Only a little girl wouldn't respond. A real
You
man
need
would
to
have been
kill
like,
animals to
nah,
feel
bitch.
good about yourself, and you need to get a radio station to find you a man. Wonderful. You're a real tough hero.
Whatever. Enjoy your f***ing easy bake oven, you little bitch.
Paul, thank you for your time. Are you still there?
Oh, my
Eileen,
God.
I think you scared him off.
Oh, you guys, this is so... I'm so mad. Like, I wasted wine on that idiot.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Wow. So many thirsty dudes wanting to take Eileen out. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm talking about the second date update. Eileen wanted to call Paul to find out why he wasn't calling her back. Well, it turns out Paul's not calling her back because she's a hunter and she kills animals and she's a murderer. He called her a murderer. But I say that all the thirsty dudes are texting in at 78592 because every single guy that's always like, I just want a guy's girl
who would chug a beer with me and shoot a boar in the face with an arrow. Then she'll fart. She's the hottest.
All of those dudes are texting in right now, being like, hook me up with Eileen. I want to go out with her. She's a hunter. She sounds awesome. I'll go kill animals with her.
We even got a text message that says, I'm a straight woman, but I'd love to date her too.
We got a text in that says, give her my number. She wants a real man. I'm about to go to jail for 2 weeks.
No. Eileen doesn't want
But
that either.
we can go hunting when I get out.
What are you going to hunt, though, bro?
I'll see if I can hook you up, all right? Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You know, sometimes we do second date updates that are more than just one date. Like the guy who's on the phone right now to do a second date update, he actually hung out with the woman that he wants to call the entire weekend.
Whoa, that's a long
And
time.
now he's not getting a call back. I think it's probably because he was a weekend lover. That's what happens. Sometimes people take weekend lovers. And maybe, Sam, maybe you were a weekend lover. You ever think about that?
I don't think so. We never did much like actual loving, but
Maybe
we had fun.
Mama just wanted a tasty morsel of meat for the weekend, and that meat was named Sam.
Talking about?
We just wanted some orange candy for her son's baseball game or something. I don't know, but
Wait,
I don't think that's what was happening.
Your weekend lover experience involved her son?
Yeah, she's a single mom, but she's really, really pretty, and she's super fun. She's got great personality, too. I was really pleasantly surprised.
How did you meet this single mommy?
We met online.
Weekendlovers.com?
Weekendlovers.com.
Why do you say lover so weird?
You really need to start that.
Kind of the way you have to say it. All right. So you
Hang
met.
out for a weekend and then don't call me back, ghostme.com. Yeah,
All right.
that's great.
So wait, the first time you guys hung out, you met her son, and that didn't alarm you at all?
Oh, no. We didn't. It wasn't the first time we hung out. The first time we did it actually kind of like the classic way. We went for drinks, and we had a lot of fun, but she had to leave early because she said, she had to go take care of her kid, and I was, it made total sense. But we had a lot of fun, so because we hadn't really spent a huge amount of time together that first night, I said, well, hey, why don't we go out to dinner tomorrow night, which was Saturday.
Okay.
So she said, okay, sure. And things went even better the second time, It was great. We were laughing. We were telling each other jokes, getting to know each other better. And the next day she says, well, hey, my son has a Little League baseball game. So I was like, cool. And she said, why don't you come? And I said, I'd love to. So
You're like, boring. I only watch professional sports. Kids don't know how to play very well.
Dude, Little League baseball is more interesting than real baseball because, they whiff the ball and they don't know what they're doing. That's funny.
Okay, so
real baseball is just like they spit and they scratch themselves. I can't stand it.
Yeah, I love it. So you actually went along to watch your son's baseball game. That's, I don't know, it feels like a big commitment to me.
Well, yeah, but I was feeling it. So I said, you know what? Cast your fate to the wind. Let's see what happens. Could be fun.
And what was that like? Was it what you expected it to be?
Well, pretty much, yeah. Nobody really, it's a Little League baseball game. So, I spent some time talking to the other parents. We watched the game a little bit. But after the game, I was trying to score some brownie points with their kids, so I took them aside and I bought them a hot dog and an ice cream cone. And I said, well, don't tell your mom because, she's probably going to get mad that you had the sweets, et cetera, et cetera.
Wait, hold up. You went ahead and bought her son something that you told him to keep as a secret? Like, that's kind of creepy.
Like, here's some candy.
Yeah.
It's not creepy. It's man time, like man to man.
That sounds creepier when you say that.
It's man boy
I've heard
time.
that before. And trust me, nothing good came of that. So,
Well, I'm just saying, that's my first red flag, is that you're buying her son ice cream without asking her.
Well, he wanted it, and I was...
again, you're just making yourself sound terrible, Sam.
Not doing myself any favors right now.
No, you're not. Anyway, you got the kid some ice cream, and did his mom give explicit details not to give him any ice cream?
No, she hadn't said not to, but she hadn't said it was okay either. I didn't even ask.
Okay. You're just trying to be that cool guy like, hey, dude, here's some ice cream. Don't tell your mommy I'm the man.
Yeah.
By the way, own a leather jacket and a car. And I want your mommy to like me. High five. Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, but stretch that out over like 10 minutes, and that's basically it.
All right.
So how did the T-ball game end?
It ended fine. We just talked a little bit, and she said she had to get him home, and I said okay, and then she took off, and then I took off. But then I tried to call her that evening, tell her I had fun and see if we could make plans to hang out again, and she didn't pick up. So I left her a voicemail, and she didn't answer. And then a day or two went by, and I texted her, and she still didn't answer. She's just like, as soon as she left the game, that's the last I've heard of her. Whoa. And I've been pouring it over my head, and I'm thinking, and I'll bet you any amount of money that little probably told on me and ratted me out.
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah, said I bought him ice cream, and she probably flipped out and got mad that I'd gotten. It was just a little bit. There's one scoop.
But it's not the ice cream. It's the going behind her back thing, because you don't know her parenting style. You don't know what rules she has set up.
Yeah.
There's 8,000 different reasons why that's not a good idea.
None of them are good, though. It's just an ice cream cone. If you're that kind of hyper parent, it's like, come on, loosen up a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and see if that bastard ratted you out. Then your second date update right after this, okay?
Sounds good.
All right.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
And welcome back to Brooke and Jubal Field and your second date update. Up to bat right now is Sam. And Sam's in quite the pickle. He went out with Brenda and spent the entire weekend hanging out with her, some dinner and some drinks, and then concluded his weekend with a wonderful day at the ballpark watching her son play in a Little League game. But now Sam isn't getting a call back. Will he be 0 for 1 in career second date updates? We'll find out in just a moment. But first, let's talk to Sam and see if he's ready to make the call. Sam, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
He's like, actually, I'm asleep listening to your baseball announcer voice, but...
Like most people are when they watch baseball. Sam, we're going to give her a call and find out why she's not calling you back after what you thought was a wonderful weekend. Any other thoughts before we get started?
I'm just confused as to why she wouldn't call me back, because, we spent 3 straight days together, so...
Well, I'll dial her phone number right now then and see if we can figure out what happened, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Brenda, please?
This is she.
Hey, Brenda, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay. I'm fine. Who is this again?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, okay.
Okay, obviously, long-time listener. Appreciate that, Brenda.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks. Any idea why a radio show would be calling you?
I don't know. Did I win something?
No, you didn't. You actually went out on a date with one of our listeners, and now you're not calling him back, and he's wondering what happened. His name is Sam.
Right.
Right. And Sam told us that you guys spent like a whole weekend together, but now you won't call him back.
Well, I don't think I would call it a whole weekend. I mean, it wasn't like we were together every waking moment.
That's a good point.
Okay.
He said you did dinner, you did drinks.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like it was a fun time for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, it started off all right, but
started off all right. That's usually how people like dates recapped. Did you just not enjoy hanging out with him?
I mean, I was kind of into him the first night. He was nice. I mean, nice enough for me to try again for dinner.
Nice enough.
Nice enough. Yeah. You're just showering this dude with compliments.
I thought for sure you would have been like head over heels for this guy since you invited him to your son's t-ball game. Because that's a big leap.
Yeah.
How do you know he went to my kid's game?
He told us all about it.
Oh, he did? He told you everything?
Yeah, he said that you guys went out on a Friday night, had some drinks, then dinner on Saturday, and then your son's baseball game on Sunday. Yeah. And he's confused because he thought you had a wonderful time each of those days.
Well, something changed Sunday at the baseball game.
Changed?
Yeah, I mean, we're at the Little League game, having a nice time, and suddenly he kind of starts, like, talking trash about these little kids' sports skills.
He's ripping on the kids. I mean, it's understandable. Little League play is terrible.
They're children.
Yeah, I know. And
Little kids.
Yeah.
I mean, they're 5 years old.
and it's time to step it up and play like an 8-year-old. That's what I say. But so he was ripping on the kids the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, he's like cracking jokes about them kind of loudly, and like other parents are starting to kind of give weird glances. And then at one point, he like turns to me and says, in all seriousness, he says, "Looks like your son could use some throwing lessons."
What?
Don't worry about it. I'll teach him how to not throw like a girl.
Oh, there is so much wrong with that statement on so many levels.
Was he serious about that, or was it a really bad joke?
He seemed totally serious about it to me. Like, I mean, he made a point about it 2 or 3 times.
2 or 3 times?
Yes.
What was your response? I mean, did you say anything back to him? I mean, my mom would have been like, yeah, you're right, the kid sucks. But, like, did you say, don't talk about my kid that way?
No, I didn't say a thing. I mean, I'm not going to honor that with a response. But I was fuming.
Okay, understandable. So,
well, yeah. I mean, I don't want some jerk like that around me or my kids.
okay.
Totally.
Well, unfortunately, he's kind of around you right now because he's actually on the other line listening to this phone call and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yep. Sam, you there?
Hi, Brenda.
Hello.
I guess we should probably have a little chat then, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
First of all,
I don't know
say,
what else there is to say right now, Sam, except, maybe you'd like to apologize?
let's just hang on. Let me finish. All right, I just want to say, for the record, I was trying to help. All right, I didn't mean anything malicious. I wasn't trying to be nasty. I'm just calling it like it was. I like sports. I kind of get into sports. I wasn't being vicious or nasty. I mean, I didn't get drunk or throw my beer. You make it sound like I was some sort of Yeti out there in the stands, but I wasn't. Not to my estimation, anyway. And yeah, I was trying to find a way to honestly kind of bond with your kid, and I thought maybe if we could play some baseball. I mean, because I know you've got your son, and your son's your top priority. So if I want to be with you, I have to get along with your son as well. That's a part of who you are. So I was trying to help. I was honestly, I wasn't going to lie to you or sugarcoat anything. I'm just saying it like it was.
You're not going to bond with a 5-year-old kid by telling his mother that he sucks. I'm sorry.
I know it's just going to sound weird, but I didn't mean that in a bad way.
You didn't mean it in a bad
I can't
way.
believe you were actually critiquing a 5-year-old's performance. Like, you should just be happy if they make it to first base instead of third base. Yes.
Look, if you start now, you might actually have like a Cal Ripken on your hands, if you could have started early.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You would totally be one of those dads when you have kids, won't you?
I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't see any problem with wanting your kids to be the best that they can be. And Brenda, honestly, that's all I want for your son is just, I don't want him to suck as bad as he did that day.
Oh, my God.
And I mean that with all due respect.
With all due respect, that is so rude.
Well, if you're going to take it rude, it's going to be rude. You could just, laugh it off.
You honestly have no idea about what you're saying, do you?
I have every idea what I'm saying. I was offering to help him be better. If you didn't want me to help, you could have just said thanks, but no thanks. You didn't have to ghost me on the phone like this.
Oh, I don't even know what to say to that. There's nothing wrong with my son's athletic ability. There's something mentally wrong with you criticizing 5-year-old kids.
Yes.
Look, again, for the record, it's not that there's anything wrong, quote unquote, with your kid's athletic ability. I just said he could be better.
Well,
dude, just stop
in that case,
already.
Brenda, would you like to go on a second date with Sam? I know he'd like to see you again. We'll pay for it.
Oh, yeah. I'd love to go on a second date with some guy who's going to criticize my son's spelling test.
Well, if he's not a good speller, I was a great speller growing up. I could coach him a little bit.
See, Brenda, Sam could coach your kid in all the ways of being a man.
Best dad ever.
He is the worst.
Super dad. Are you sure you don't want to go out with him?
Yeah, I'm positive on this one, guys.
Smart. Very smart.
That's extremely disappointing.
I guess we did find out that Sam is 0 for 1 in the date department. just shows Sam that every time he criticizes a 5-year-old's throwing skills, he definitely doesn't get a date. Maybe next time he'll try to not do that. What do you think, Sam?
Well, at least he didn't rat me out about the ice cream, so that's nice.
Oh, yeah.
Sam! Ice cream? What ice cream?
Don't worry about it, Brenda. Thanks for your time.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 says, I don't really support the guy ripping on the kid's baseball skills, but the kid probably did suck. Let's give him that. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. That second date update you just heard was obviously taped while Brooke was still here. She's out on maternity leave and Jackie is filling in. But this dude named Sam wanted to call a woman named Brenda. He was confused why she wasn't calling back after they spent like the whole weekend together, even went to her kid's Little League game. And Brenda wasn't calling him back because during the game, he just ripped on the kid the whole time. I was like, I can teach him how to throw like a boy if you want to.
Yeah, that's kind of a turnoff, I mean, on a date, if he's already kind of being a bully, why would you go on another date with a bully?
A bully and then stepping in as a father figure, like, I'll take care of this.
Yeah.
Teach the kid how to throw. We're only going to raise champions together, you and I, Brenda. So at the end of everything, she yelled at him and told him never to call her again. And he still didn't get it. He's still like, what? I was just trying to help. Kid sucks.
I'm a nice guy.
Yeah. He should just be a little league coach and get all his aggressions out on other,
Oh, no.
And then
He really should.
keep it separate from his dating life.
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we will call the person that didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
One of my favorite things in the second date update is hearing how people meet each other.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's always interesting to find out where people meet and how they meet. And especially like for me as a guy, that's all I know is like the pressure of going up to talk to a girl when you're out in public and you don't know what's going to happen. It's always that nerve-wracking experience. I know for me, every time I've met a girl out, it's always like you see her and she's beautiful and you want to talk to her and you're like, oh man, okay, I'm going to go up to her and I'm going to offer her the $80 that I have in my pocket. And if that's not good, I guess I'll go up to 90, whatever she wants.
She looks expensive, so.
It's always been really difficult for me to meet women in public, but it is interesting to see where people meet each other. And Paul, who's on the phone to do a second date update today, met the girl that he wants to call at a farmer's market. That's where he says he met her.
Sweet.
Paul, how does somebody meet a girl at a farmer's market? What, are you just walking around and you throw some fresh wheat behind you? And just hopefully she follows you home? I mean,
have you ever been to a farmer's market?
Yeah, they don't have like bales of
Yeah, you
hay.
can't just buy exactly.
that's what I guess I've never really been. That's what it seems like it would be to me. How's it going, Paul?
Hey guys, how's it going? Big
Good.
fan of yours, guys.
So how did you meet this girl at a farmer's market?
So basically, it was over the weekend, and I was hungover. Right, it was like 3 p.m. I woke up.
You said
who gets up? What dude gets up hungover and is like, you know what I'm going to do? Head down to the farmer's market.
Hey man, I got to cleanse. Okay. I mean, that's the first thing you got to do when you're hungover.
All right.
Get some fresh fruit.
That works. That totally works.
Okay.
So you wandered into the farmer's market still drunk from the night before.
Yeah, I was more groggy. I was just like, I just need to sober up. I needed any healthy antioxidant type of stuff to flush my system out.
Okay, so what's the girl's name, by the way, that you met at the farmer's market?
Lisa. Her name's Lisa.
Lisa. All right, tell us about when you met Lisa.
So there was like some cheese samplings going on, and I still had the munchies, because I hadn't eaten yet.
Dude, that sounds good, actually, on a hangover. Like if I were they do that? They do cheese sampling?
Yes, they do lots of sampling. Yeah.
Really cool. Brie.
Paul, I think you and I need to start hanging out at farmers markets. You sound exactly like my type of guy.
You're always hungover, Jubal.
Yeah.
So.
That's the play, man.
All right, so you're there drunk, eating the cheese, and that's when she walked up?
Yeah, I was there. It was a weird thing. It was almost like Ladies and the Tramp, where, like the spaghetti scene, but it was like with a piece of cheese.
No.
And we both like reached up and we were like, oh, hello.
Oh, you went to grab the same piece of cheese?
Yeah.
That is a romantic
I'm
story.
going to be honest. I mean, if I was this girl and there's this really hungover dude eating cheese at the farmer's market, I'm not immediately attracted to you, okay?
Yeah, I don't think she could tell I was hungover, honestly, because you know how it is when you like still have the bed hair, you still feel sexy and confident, you know, or you're still kind of buzzed, but you're still like, yeah, I own it.
All right, so you guys went to grab the same piece of cheese, and you were like, "What's up, girl? What are you doing here?"
Yeah. Well, not like that. I mean, I was still a gentleman, so I was like, "Oh, my bad. You know, you could have it." You know, and we kind of sparked a little conversation, you know, flirty, and she was smiling at all the dumb stuff I was saying, and afterwards, I was bold, you know, because you know I was still a little tipsy, and I was like, "Hey, you want to like maybe grab a coffee or something?"
Okay.
You know?
So did you go straight from the farmer's market to go get coffee?
No, I mean, first she had to finish up some errands and shopping, so I kind of was like with her, you know, because I was like, I had to be like, oh yeah, I'm shopping too, though, but like, yeah, after we finished shopping, so I had to shop as well.
So you had to pretend shop at the farmer's market to get your date.
Yeah, I guess I did because the spark was there, and she seemed pretty interesting, and I don't know, I was just like, I can't blow this opportunity, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys walked around the farmer's market and bought groceries and then went for coffee.
It was pretty cool. It was like a little place near there, and she's a really cool chick, you know? She's really real. She's not into, like, materialistic stuff, which kind of, like, interests me. Like, she's not into, like, clothes or, like, you know, labels or, you know.
So you met her at a farmer's market, and she's not into anything materialistic. You met a hippie.
Yeah, it's just...
Yeah, I guess,
That's
you know.
cool.
She's just different from other girls, I guess, you know?
And so, I mean, coffee went well then? How long did you guys stay?
Oh, we probably hung out for like a good 20 minutes or so, just like talking about life. And the only thing was, like, afterwards, I kind of asked her out and I said, hey, can we like maybe actually go on a date or something? And she said, yeah, why not? Maybe. And she smiled, and then I just took her number.
Maybe is not necessarily the best thing to hear.
She smiled. She smiled. That's just like a good signal of like positivity.
So how'd your interaction go after that then, after the coffee?
So we've been texting back and forth, but then she stopped, and I'm just wondering, well, is she busy or is she not feeling me, you know?
What's the last thing you said to her?
I don't know, I'm kind of awkward with text, so I think I was just saying, like, hey, so still drinking beet juice, because I brought, like, beet juice, and I was saying, like, hey, I'm still drinking it. I don't know, I'm awkward. I'm so...
That actually sounds kind of funny. I mean...
Did she respond to the beet juice comment at all, or was that the last you heard from her?
Yeah, that was the last.
Are you trying too hard to, like, be into what she's into?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I was trying to connect with her just to show that I was into her stuff that she was into, but I don't know. I hope she doesn't think I was mocking her, you know? I hope she doesn't, like, think I'm an idiot.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Cool.
All right, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Let me think of the best way I can recap today's second date update. Oh, like this. He's a reckless drunk who just wanted some antioxidants to cure his hangover. She's a free spirit who was just out to get some fresh cut flowers and some artisan bread. That was until the day they met at the farmer's market and their lives were flipped upside down. Ryan Reynolds stars as Paul from today's second date update. And Kate Beckinsale stars as the girl he's about to call in this new smash hit, Free Range Love. Coming to theaters this summer, Love comes GMO free.
Oh, man.
Hey, Paul, does that pretty much recap your date there?
Nailed it right in the head.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That is a healthy dose of love.
Yes, it is. If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Paul is on the phone. We're about to call a girl named Lisa on his behalf. They met at a farmer's market, ended up going from the farmer's market to get some coffee, had a really good time, but she hasn't really agreed to go out with him on a second date. She did say she would think about going out with him, so there was never like a solid, yes, we're going out. So we're about to get her on the phone and find out why she doesn't want to go out with him. Anything else you want to add before we call her, Paul?
She's just a different type of woman that I've dealt with before, you know, so I just want to see how it goes.
All right, cool. Well, dial the phone number right now, get her on the phone, and get your second date update. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Lisa, please?
Speaking.
Hi, Lisa. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Fine. Do I know you?
I don't think we've ever met before, no. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah. Wait, I'm sorry. Who else is on the line?
Oh, that's the entire show. So it's Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm Jubal. That's Brooke. That's Jose. How are you this morning?
Confused. That's how I'm doing.
I'm calling you because we recently got an email from one of our listeners asking if we could get a hold of you.
Okay.
It's a segment that we do on our show called the Second Date Update. Paul emailed us and asked us if we could find out if you didn't like him for a certain reason.
Okay.
So, can we steal a few minutes of your time to talk about your date with Paul?
I don't really want to do this, to be honest.
Okay. He just really liked you, and he's just wondering if he did something wrong or why you're not into him. Because he told us that
he definitely didn't do anything wrong. That's all I'll say. He didn't do anything wrong. at all.
Any advice that maybe you could give us for him as he goes forward, like dating in the future? Things that he should maybe watch out for?
No, I mean, it's not like that.
Was he trying too hard? I thought maybe he was like trying to be interested in what you're interested in, and it came off as fake.
No, I mean, I didn't feel like that. It's just like I know that if I say what kind of went on with me, it's just going to be judged, and I don't really want to be judged. So
I promise you we will not judge you. We do these things all the time. I promise you. Nobody will judge you. Unless it's something really, 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 really weird.
Like if you killed a person? Because
Yeah, I might judge you if you murder. If you were a murderer, I might judge you. So did you like him at all, at least?
I really did. There was definitely a really immediate attraction, and I felt a really strong connection.
Okay, so why are you giving him the cold shoulder?
Well, when we were at coffee, I got a premonition.
Whoa. Premonition, like a vision of something?
Yeah, premonition's the best word I can think of to describe it. A really strong feeling.
Okay. Was it brought on by something he said or something that he did?
No, it just occurred, and I needed to take some time to figure out what it was about. And it wasn't so much a premonition about him. Just there was something strong there that I needed to sort out. So I went to a spiritual guide that I see.
This premonition or feeling that you had when you were out with him, it was powerful enough that you wanted to talk to your spiritual person about it?
Yeah, very much so.
Does that mean like you liked him a lot?
I mean, I liked him a lot, definitely, and then I got this feeling, like I said at coffee, and it was strong, and so I had to go investigate it.
Okay, so what did your spiritual advisor say? Do you mind telling us that?
Yeah, but you just gotta be like, I understand that what I believe is not what everyone believes, and I get that, but just like, please be respectful.
For sure.
That's all I'll ask.
Okay.
So my spiritual advisor connected that the reason why we had such a strong connection is because we were actually related in a past life. In the 1500s, he was my father.
What? In the 1500s, he was your father?
Yeah. I mean, that's why it was like, I felt like I knew him. I felt like I knew things about him. And it felt like more of a recognition than a meeting.
Okay. That's interesting.
What was
So you felt that connected to him? I mean, obviously, if he used to be your dad,
Yeah,
you
I
would
felt
feel...
like I knew him already.
I don't know much about what you believe in and that kind of stuff, so you can help enlighten me right now. So you felt like you were out having coffee with your dad?
Yes, I understand he's in a different physical body now, as am I. But if you believe in reincarnation and you believe that when we die, we are reincarnated in another body, that nothing is created or destroyed, right?
Okay.
Things come back in different forms.
So you're
that. So it was not like that's literally my dad, but that was my dad's spirit.
Okay, and you don't want to date your dad? I'm assuming.
But it's your dad from the 1500s. I mean, that's pretty far removed. I don't know.
Once your dad, always your dad.
But your dad...
What I believe is what I believe, and I understand that that's not what everyone cares.
So
about.
how did you feel when you found out he was your dad from the 1500s?
I mean, I felt like it made sense why I felt like I knew him so well already. I mean, obviously it was kind of a bummer because I did like him.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it would add something to it. I'd be like, sweet, I get to kind of sleep with my parents, sort of. But I'm a little different too, Lisa.
God, I won't judge you either.
You know, I'm getting a premonition right now, actually.
Are you?
Yeah. The premonition is that he's on the other line listening to this conversation.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am. Paul, are you there?
Yeah.
Say hi to your daughter.
I don't know. I'm kind of like, huh? What just happened?
Hi. I mean, I don't really know what to say. I think that's, you understand why I didn't call you back.
I mean, are you serious?
Yeah.
I mean, is this? I'm just wondering. Is this just you don't want to talk to me anymore? You want to like? I mean, I feel like this might be like you saying friend zone, but in an overcomplicated way. Is that it? Or I mean,
I'm not trying to get out of it. I do like you, so I'm not trying to like evade relationship. I'm definitely not comfortable dating for obvious reasons. Someone who used to be my dad.
What? I mean, this is a joke, right?
Why else do you think we felt such a strong connection at first?
I don't know, because you're pretty and I'm cute.
Lisa, is there any chance that your spiritual guide could be wrong and that maybe you had a connection because he's actually your past husband from the 1500s?
No, I mean, she's never steered me wrong in the past. I trust her completely. So, no.
But I'm not your dad. I mean, even if you believe
You're not
that,
my dad now.
Yeah. But I'm not your dad. Well, I mean, all right, so this is hard. This is like a hard math problem that I have to wrap my head around. All right, so I'm not your dad now, so what's the problem?
I think what he's saying, Lisa, is would you like to go out on a second date with Paul? We will pay for a second date. He was your dad a long time ago. I don't think it should really matter now.
Hundreds of years.
Unfortunately, it matters to me a lot. So,
wow.
If you would like to have a relationship, and a friendship where we can connect with our past, that would be awesome. But no, for dating.
Wow.
I still don't understand. Like, why we had a connection. I mean, we
did. But it was because you were my dad.
I don't understand how that could stop this from what we had. Like, I mean, is there any loophole?
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, maybe you could ground her and force her to go out with you. I mean, you are the father figure here.
So gross.
Yeah, Brooke.
Well, sorry, Paul. No second date. And Lisa, I appreciate your time and I appreciate you being open and honest with us.
Yes.
I know it had to be hard because you thought we were going to judge you and make fun of you.
I did.
All right.
Yeah, so I appreciate it.
Okay. Have a good day.
You too.
Wow, that was really hard not to judge her that time.